Everybody, how you doing? Welcome to All Things Female. I'm your host, the Fury of Abyss. How y'all doing this week? How you doing? How was your week? How your kids? How you feeling? This is a mental health check-in. For everyone who's new here, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. God bless everybody in the chat.
Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here.
Sorry.
Everybody in the
So, if you're new here, my channel is based around healing from trauma, healing yourself, healing your family. And we do that through our connection with spirit. We do that through food. We do that through exercise. We do that through therapy, working out our body, and developing our innate spiritual gifts, which we all have, okay? We are about breaking out of the fear matrix, okay? Following our passions, building. I'm sorry, I'm germinating seeds in here, and there's a net in here. Building a life that we want based around our passions and getting out of this fear matrix, educating ourselves, our kids, purifying our souls and our bodies and our minds, and getting over all of this daggone trauma. That's what we do here. So I like to do mental health check-ins with myself. It's like a self-inventory. I learned how to do that in rehab. I was an addict, a very active addict on pills, heroin, crack, alcohol, weed for over 20 years. I lost custody of my kids for 8 years and then got them back. I was married for 20 years. My ex-husband is dead. He died of an overdose a year after we got a divorce, after we both got out of rehab. I went on my own. He went court ordered. I took it serious. He didn't. Now we're here. He had a baby on me and yeah, died. So now I'm here picking up the pieces. We had 6 kids together. 3 of them are off in the world, grown, have their own lives, and 3 I still have here. I homeschool my kids. I learn about how to grow plants, how to make hair products, body products, vitamins. No, look what I did. It took me 2 weeks and 6 tries to get this recipe right. I'm a vegan. My kids aren't, but I am. So, these are sea moss, lemon sea moss gummies. It's got sea moss. I put what? Dill and basil in here, lemon juice, water, and agave, and agar. And oh my God, I made so many mistakes. First, I didn't heat the agar up enough, and I made sea moss applesauce, kind of. Then I heated up too much, and it did gel, but it was crumbly. So I had to go back and do more research and find out that I had to be patient. And that's been the theme for me this week. Almost like that's my new spiritual name, patience and temperance. And doing that has helped me with my mental health and helped me be a better parent. So that leads me into something I wanted to discuss with you. Jupiter being in retrograde. Now let me tell you how this goes along with the theme that I've been dealing with. That damn net, you finna die here. Jupiter is in retrograde from October 9th up until February 4th of 2025. So that gives us 4 months to reflect and to revisit. Jupiter retrograde is a powerful pulling energy, encouraging reflection and slowing down. And that has been such a theme with me as I get older and as I try to heal my nervous system, because our trauma is trapped in our nervous system, right? So when I'm triggered with me, so I have avoidant personality disorder and bipolar 2. Now I'm a very spiritual person. I try not to lean too much into these, but from a psychological aspect, I take what they say to me and I try to apply it to changing my behavior. But I do understand that I need to view everything through a spiritual lens. So since we have all of this trauma trapped in our nervous system, and I already have these issues where everything is a trigger, and I constantly have intrusive thoughts about things that have happened to me, and it kind of takes me back there, and it's so surreal, which is why I gave up driving, working a 9 to 5, going to college, all that. I had to leave that life behind and kind of become a prisoner in my own home, in my own mind, and just make my home a recovery home. Everything that I do is based around recovery, from the way that I eat. Like I can't have sugars, I can't have caffeine because I get overstimulated by everything. And that's where you have to look at mental health and spirituality, because I understand that my spiritual gifts make me very sensitive to light, sound, smell. I can hear people's thoughts. I can hear fucking voices in the wind. I can hear trees talking shit. But that's just one aspect of it. Like on a physical level, I'm having to heal from the trauma that has happened to me. I've been kidnapped, I've been beaten, I've been in car accidents, I've been in chases, I've had a lot of things. I've had my door kicked in. I've got a lot of stuff going on. That's not even to mention the sexual trauma. It's like everyone that was around me that I loved and that I trusted betrayed me in some way. So now I'm like this animal, and whenever I'm in a social scenario, or like in a public space, I feel under threat at all times, especially around men. And I just become very animalistic. So, like, I'm in therapy. I go to therapy every other week on Zoom, but like, I can't go to the doctors. I can't have. Girl, I used to not be able to open my door or answer the phone or open mail. It was that bad. And it took me, I just got that avoidant personality disorder diagnosis like a month ago. The bipolar thing, we've known about that. And I understand some of this is genetic, but a lot of it is environmental, you know? And so that's why I work so hard to fix myself so that my kids and my kids' kids are good because they do everything that I do. So I must be, I feel like I have to be excellent in all things because they don't have a dad. They don't have support systems. They don't have aunts and cousins. Oh, did I tell you I was adopted? Some kind of weird ass, not even a real legal adoption. Like, I don't even have any paperwork. Like, I could be a whole stolen person out here. So they adopted me and then tried to give me back. They adopted me after they couldn't have kids, and then they had an abusive relationship, abused me, left me alone, did all this weird shit, and then I was on my own since I was 14. I had my first apartment at 14. I've been working since I was 14 and a half. I've been on my own. I've been on my own. So that's why I can't nobody tell me shit and I don't listen to nothing but my damn self and God. So back to Jupiter's retrograde. I just want you to like connect why I'm connecting what's going on as saw above, as so below. Everything that's happening astrologically is happening inside of us and in the world as well. So that's why it's good to track not just the moon cycles, but where are the planets right now? What's up with your planetary placements? Do you read your birth chart? Do you understand that you need to coincide the decisions you make with where the earth is going? We are magnets, and the earth, she has a lot to do with how we feel and how we progress. So it's good to just use that as a roadmap to help you through life. The fuck? You may feel like you're being held back by this Jupiter retrograde. See, people have a misconception that retrogrades are bad. No. It just makes you go back and revisit shit and slow down and get down to the details. See, people don't want to do the shadow work of looking at what really needs to be fixed, at what's really the problem. They don't want to integrate their shadow. Retrogrades are a great time to sit in the shadow, sit in all the dark parts, because those dark parts are what help you kick people's ass when they play with you. The dark parts are what make you say, I'm not going to be scared. I am going to go for what I want, what makes me happy. The dark parts of you make people back the fuck down when they're trying to hurt you. You need your shadow. Like, don't dismiss your shadow. It's there for a reason. Things that people see as like deficits can definitely be a benefit, because I've turned every bad thing about me into a good thing. For example, I'm loud. Okay, I'm 4'11", 5 feet on a good day. Yes, I'm loud. I take up all the air in the room because ain't nobody gonna play with me. All my whole life, all these big people thought that they were gonna attack me. No, ma'am. You can't even tell I'm 4'11" just from my energy. That is a positive. But some, oh, you're so loud. You're so loud. Okay. That's a defense mechanism. You are built the way you are built for a reason. Okay? You may feel like you're being held back, but the universe wants you to accept that this is part of the journey, just like making mistakes. I learned just as much from making mistakes as I do from getting things right. You can't just get things right all the time. Then you get a big head, think you know everything, then you stop learning. The best teachers know that you always have to learn the fuck. That's what we here for. I'm a student of life, like Da Vinci. You know what I'm saying? Just wake up and grow some shit and learn some stuff and draw and write and dance and sing. You know what I'm saying? The universe wants you to accept that this is part of the journey. Pushing for things to happen faster will not serve you at this time. This is a time for introspection, reassessment of goals, and personal growth, and minding your business. I added that part because it is the time to mind your business. Emphasizing inner wisdom and spirituality, it's a period to avoid making major decisions and overcommitting. That is a problem. I just automatically say yes. I don't know why I always want to be helpful, but it's like, girl, you know you get overwhelmed or overstimulated. Why are you always telling people yes? Tell them no! And it's a period to avoid major decisions, overcommitting while also staying realistic, which is also a problem for me because you kind of got to be a little bit delusional to manifest, because you got to like, okay, you could be not making much money, but you have to make your environment like you are rich and feel rich and tell yourself you're rich to align yourself with wealth. So you kind of got to be delusional just a little bit to manifest, but don't be delusional like in relationships. Like, he's not cheating, girl. You know he cheating. No, he's not. Yes, he is. Type delusional. You know, there's a difference. Oh yeah, and open to necessary changes, which we need to be. Let's talk about that. Hey D, what's up? Hey to everybody in the chat. God bless you. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. What's up, D? John, she speaks to the roaches at night. The roaches are telling her the future. That is funny as shit. What's up, Steven? Only believe in God. That's crazy. Well, God helps. Okay, spokesperson for God. Well, hallelujah, Stephen. Okay. You ever notice that people who tell you that you should believe in Jesus or God are always so like aggressive and rude? It's like, what are you talking about? I don't think you're God's representative, bruh. We are all expressions of God, but it's like, do you have to be a rude expression of God? I mean, come on. I have guns to my temple, just too much to say. Blessed be. We pagans love the haters. Universe will come for you. Yeah, girl, ain't nobody worried about that. So, mental health stuff. So, this week I've been doing a lot of, well, my plants are fine. So, we lost another tomato plant this week, again, from the overwatering. But, I did some more research because, as you may or may not know, I'm using coco coir as my substrate for my indoor garden. So, we've got tomato plants, mini pepper plants, and lemon trees. And I did not realize that everything was going to germinate. Some things took longer than others, and like I have a bunch of stuff in one like seed pack growing outside, like one little container. Either way, the coco coir is nutrient neutral, meaning I would need to add nutrients to it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all my cuttings that I would usually save for my compost bin from like vegetables and fruits from out the week because as I told you, I'm vegan, so I have all types of like carrot cuttings and like garlic and potato ends and stuff like that. I keep it in my freezer for my coming soon compost bin. Okay. So what I do is I take all of those vegetables and fruits and you put it in water. You immerse it in water for about 48 hours. Then you drain it and then the water that's left over has nutrients and use that as fertilizer, which is not plant food. Did not know that. They're actually vitamins for the soil. Plants get their food by photosynthesis. Like they take sunlight and they turn it into energy. So they already feed themselves. But the soil that the roots grow in, that must be nourished because again, it's nutrient neutral because I'm using essentially coconut husks to grow them in. Because honey, that Miracle Grow is infested with bugs. I got springtails in my. That's why my damn plants. Some of them are on the balcony right now instead of in here. My tomato plants were fine, but my mini pepper plants infested 3 different times with springtails. So I took the. You can use neem oil, but it's super freaking expensive. So until then, I just used a solution of half peroxide, half water, and that will kill like mites or anything like that. But I'm gonna have to bring them in soon because it's almost December. But thank God for global warming. It's not cold out here really like that yet. And so they really might be fine till like the first week of December because that cocoa coir is not cheap. And I did not expect for this like hobby to turn into such a big thing. I didn't know them things was fitting to sprout. Just one day I planted them. Just planted them, girl. I just planted them. Because like, I hate waste. It's bad enough that we eat out of bags. That bothers me. But I come across seeds so much. And all I think about is my farm because that's my big goal, right? No longer a dream, it's a goal, right? Because we're planning how to get there and we're taking strategic steps to make our dreams goals, right? I even have a set time. So, farm, fully sustainable farm. My own water source. I mean, I have rights to the timber, rights to everything. I'm building rights because I want to have like this whole situation. I did read this book a long time ago. It was like this book from like 1812 of how they had a water wheel produce power. Yeah. I remember reading that book. It was super old. It was written in Old English. It was so hard to understand, yo. I don't know how our language got to where it is right now, but Old English is funny as hell. Especially the shade. Yo, it's really cool. I've been actually studying how to talk shit in Old English because I think it's really funny. And I'm going to put it in my music. Oh, yeah, I don't know if y'all heard or not. So, TuneCore, my digital distributor, took down 2 of my songs, Brighter Times and No Fear, because I hired someone who was pretending, masquerading, if you will, to be a Spotify playlist curator. And whatever program he used to promote my music, it violated my terms of service contract with my distributor. So they took my music down, and they're taking forever to respond to me. So I just made like visual videos to those songs, but it really pushed me to realize, like, girl, you started this YouTube channel to support the music, and I do so much with the painting and the developing vegan recipes and the raising of the kids and the trying to heal myself from trauma and the making music and the making videos and the writing books that it's like it's a lot, and I keep myself busy so that I don't fall into this like depression basically because I've been through so much back to back to back to back to back. I did not take time to process that shit. I didn't take time to process the birth of my kids, or the trauma I went through in my marriage, or the stuff we went through legally with DSS, or like my drug addiction, or the stuff I was going through with my mom. None of that shit. None of it. None of it. Like 20 years of trauma. So now I'm just sitting there and it's just like boom, 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 always coming, always coming. So I always have to manage that. Like a total crazy person. I mask well as shit, yo. I could get a job. I could only hold it for 3 weeks because I'm gonna start calling out. Because it's almost like being haunted by like your worst decisions ever in life, yo. All the times you were yelling at your kids, all the times that you got high, every opportunity you ruined, just coming at you like ghosts of the past, like randomly, like you'll be driving, it's like boom, trauma, boom, trauma. You're like, oh my god, what the fuck? So yeah, that's kind of what it's like. So I figured I needed to document that. You know what I'm saying? Because there has to be other people that go through that. I know that now because my therapist told me that, but I did not know that before because people don't like to talk about things that they are ashamed of. Like mental health stuff is taboo in a lot of cultures and a lot of households, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. People are suffering, and I'm not gonna suffer quietly, y'all, because it needs to be expressed. That's why people be cutting and come for tattoos. People want to come for tattoos, not understanding, yo. Tattoos are spiritual for a lot of people, and even if they weren't, why are you judging people? That's weird. And it's like some people cut to get that energy out of them. Some people jerk off. Some people, but you got to get that negativity out and turn it into something beautiful. And that's how you become a true alchemist. Turning ugly things into things beautiful. Turning one thing into something completely other than what it is. You feel me? It's not here to break you. It's here to turn you into something beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be beat by this world. I'm not going to be beat by anything. I love a challenge, and I didn't reincarnate here for nothing. Whether I want to accept it or not, I made a choice to be here. Just like it's my choice when I leave here. But when I do leave here, I know I ain't coming back here, bro. I love Earth. Earth is beautiful. But, honey, I want to evolve into something different. Like this human thing, okay. But the meat suit, bruh, it's the maintenance. The hair, the shaving, the cycles. Like, bruh, sick of it. Sometimes I envy the animals. Understanding we are animals, but yo, wouldn't you just want to run butt ass naked through the wild, just making love and hunting stuff and just swimming and flying and just being in your wildest suit? Like you gotta, it's almost like you when you're a human, you gotta be like the highest version of yourself. Like you gotta be respectful and considerate, and you gotta have social norms and say hello. That shit is boring. I want to fly. I want to swim. Fuck this. Like, who cares? Like, people be caring about the wrong stuff, yo. I care about the state of my soul. I care about being hard. I care about being smart. I care about being charismatic and fun and, like, learning how to make things. Like, I don't want nothing given to me. Like, I don't want to go to the store and buy shit no more. I want to make it myself. I want to challenge myself. I'm in here doing the craziest stuff, and it's empowering. It'll be 7 p.m. and I ain't eat nothing because all day I've been creating things and I feel fulfilled. It's changing my life. I'm changing my body. I'm a real shapeshifter, yo. If you look at my pictures from 7 years ago, I look like a different person. If you look at the things I was doing, it's like I'm a whole different person. I look back at my life like, how could I have ever been that? And it's disgusting. Like, I hate that shit. But I'm glad. And this is what I'm talking about, how your deficits can be your bonuses, yo, because the good side of having those intrusive thoughts about the piece of shit person I used to be keeps me humble. I don't care how many followers I have or when I get monetized or how much money I get. It doesn't fucking matter because the point was there was a point where I was a piece of shit. There are people on this earth that are going to walk around with pieces of pain that I put on them. And no matter what I do from here on out or how good of a person I become or seem, I can't take what I've already done back. That's done. So the good side of always having those ghosts of my prior self is always remaining humble because I look around and I love to study people. I love YouTube a little bit too much. I love stories, yo. I learn from everything and everyone. That's why it's like I try my hardest not to judge people, yo. I really don't. First of all, because I want to be like God. And second, I don't believe God judge you. I feel like from my studies and what I've heard of people who have had after death experiences, they will, and I believe this as well, spirit don't judge you at all. They wait for you to learn your lesson. That's on you. Don't nobody give a damn whether you stay in second grade forever in a day. That's on you. Why would God care that you don't want to grow? That's on you. Ain't nobody judging you but you. Don't nobody care. So that's another thing that I learned on the shroom trip. Don't nobody care. So you might as well just go hard and go for what you want because nobody actually cares about anything but themselves. And sometimes not even that. We be loving people that don't even love themselves and then hurt us because we love them so much. What is that? My ex-husband was like that. He was like, yeah, you cheated on me. I cheated on you because you love me so much and you treated me like a god and I got a big head so I had to go fuck these bitches. He ain't say that, but it was given that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, oh, it wasn't really cheating because I always got hit. Like, oh my God, what are you talking about? Green tea and Robos today. Robos is a South African tea, is naturally non-caffeinated because I'm not supposed to have caffeine. So if you ever see me drinking like a little latte that I make, that's decaf coffee. I'm not supposed to have coffee because it can send me into a manic episode. It's a shame. But yeah, don't nobody care. So you might as well do what makes you happy and what makes you healthy. My days are sent. Hey, love. What's up? Thank you for being here. God bless everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. What's up, B again? Nina. Hey, Nina. Nice to see you. Bless you. Thank you for being here. Regrets are very hard too. I don't. See, I don't get stuck there. Like that's another thing. These repetitive cycles. I learned about that when my son got a past life regression. He's studying to be a Reiki master. He has a Reiki level 1. He still has 3 more levels to go. About repetitive cycles and being caught in repetitive cycles, like saying the same thing over and over again, doing the same thing every single day. Regret is like feeling sorry for myself. I can't do that. I can't do that. I cannot get in that space. First of all, I can't change nothing. You can go mad doing that. And why would I regret shit? Whatever I did it. And the worst things that have ever happened to me, with the exception of like, sexual abuse, I did to myself through making bad decisions and not listening to the urgings of my spirit, not listening to my intuition, spirit, God, nature telling me, don't go there, don't do that, don't listen to them, don't say that. But I did it anyway. So 96.9% of what has happened to me, I did to myself. So regret, no, because I love the woman I am and I love the space of potential that I've built for myself. And I've already seen my future, but I'm looking forward to getting there because I've learned to enjoy the journey because, when I set a goal and I get it, I don't enjoy it. 1, I get stressed out worrying about who's coming to try to take it from me. 2, stressing out better, like, what do I need to do to keep it? And 3, I automatically set an even harder goal for myself. So I've learned, just enjoy the journey. Because when you get to where you want to go, it's not fulfilling. It's just not. You're like, oh, okay, well, what's next? Like a crackhead. Some kind of goal-fulfilling crackhead. Like, the hell is wrong with you? I don't know, girl. We finna find out. What did it take for you to have the courage to create a YouTube channel? I don't know. Like, I'm a performer anyway. Like, I grew up, I used to perform in plays. I'm a singer. I'm a rapper. I make music. I don't know. Sorry, because I got animals running around here, so that could be anybody. That could be the turtle or the cat. Who knows? I don't see it as having courage. This is just me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I was pissed the fuck off. People were really trying to play with me. All right, so I used to be an artist on Ghost Tracks Productions, which was my husband's label. So we were hood famous, all right? We were together for 20 years, had 6 kids. He was a big-time hustler. He's a Hungarian Jew. I'm from Baltimore. He's from a small mountain town in Maryland. So we looked good, our little mixed kids and our little studio and all that, but he was selling drugs and all that, and then we got caught up, and we just lost everything. So when we got separated and he started cheating on me, he made it like everybody knew except for me. And then everybody kind of sided with him because he was the cool guy, right? Nobody really knew me like that. I was just Ghost's wife, right? And I got tired of people playing with me and constructing a narrative and attaching it to me and my kids that wasn't true. It pissed me the fuck off. I got tired of him, my voice being stifled. I got tired of people talking shit about me. And when I come around, they don't got nothing to say. So no, I'm going to show what really happened because he wanted to show his ass and everybody got his side of the story. Nobody got mine. I've been silent since I was a little child. Like, I'm sick of it. I got sick of people playing with me. I'm the one that puts in the work. Studying, staying up, being neurotic, constantly just making sure everything is right and trying to do the most and trying to be the best. And everybody else around me was getting everything earthly and not doing shit. And it pissed me off. And I'm like, now I'm about to show people what I really do. I'm about to show you what I can really do. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even, they want some ego shit, like some flexing shit. I want some, everybody treated me like shit my whole life. Now you about to see that the whole time it was God in me that you were treating like shit. and I wanted to make everyone suffer for their sins. Like, but yeah, yo, I had to because I ain't have shit. Yo, I was sitting in a 6-bedroom mansion with like 3, 4 cars, never had to pay no bills, was dressed up in like lingerie and heels, cooking 3-course meals and like cleaning the house all day long and you want to like treat him like a god and raising the kids, teaching like, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Still got cheated on. Still got disrespected. Still got my voice taken from me. He controlled all of my music, my lyrics, my. He dressed me like a doll, like it was totally controlled. Like nah, I wanted my freedom back. I wanted my voice back. Like nah, I wasn't about to let nobody play with me no more. And so because I had everything and lost it after because of drugs, like I had my kids taken away, I had my wealth taken away, my husband left me, I was dead, and everybody turned their back on me. And I rebuilt my life, got my kids back, started my own label, Masters of Fate Music, and took my identity back, took my life back, rebuilt everything on my own. And everybody that was against me is either dead, dying, broke, or just is a mess, honey. And that's not my problem. Like I was the one you should have bet on. I was always the underdog, and people treated me like shit, and always had a big heart and loved everybody, helped everybody. But when I was down, they turned their backs on me. But I helped everybody. The same people that turned their backs on me, I helped. And it's crazy, but it doesn't matter. I had to share my story. I always pray about everything, yo, and because I don't know what's best for myself. I know what I want, but then when I get it, if I get scared, so it's like, nah, yo, I ain't no punk, and I need to look in the mirror and see that I'm hard to myself. I rebuilt myself. I am divine feminine within myself. I see God within myself and everybody else, and I just want to be worthy of God's love. Ever since I was a little kid, I wanted that. I've always grown up alone, abused, abandoned, made fun of, all that, left behind, never thought of, and I was just blink, blink, blink like a little fucking teddy bear, just seeing the spirit realm. That's what raised me. I was raised in the spirit realm because I was always overlooked. Nobody listened. Nobody cared. Until somebody wanted something from me or wanted to do something to me, you feel me, or drink from my spirit and feed off of me, I was overlooked. But I was always the strongest one in spirit. And now I'm here, and you're going to watch me, everything I say manifest. And then whatever I feed into you positive, you can feed into others. And then that's how you change the world. I told my adopted mother when I was younger, I'm going to change the world and I'm going to buy you a house. And that bitch laughed at me. But guess what? She ain't laughing now because I'm still going to do all those things. And that's what I'm doing by empowering myself and building myself up and investing all of that love and that energy into my kids, and then they go out and spread it to their friends and their babies, and then you have generations of healed whole people that are now gods, demigods, co-creating with our creator, and so on and so forth. And now as a whole planet and human race, we have elevated. That's the goal. Why else are you here? Unless you here to be a background character, which is cool too. That's why we don't get mad at trolls. You here to play a role. It's all good. Bars. What's up, Simone? Beautiful Simone. What can you do? What can't I do? That's the question. Of course, D. I see it differently now. Oh yeah. So for me it don't take much courage. I've always had, I don't know, balls. Fortune favors the bold. But in my new season, you feel me? I'll be 43 November 13th. I was born Friday the 13th. That's those special numbers for me. Ah. The theme is patience and temperance. Like a very calm, stoic version of myself. A very balanced, masculine and feminine. Very balanced. I stood too much in my feminine in my youth. I stood too much in my masculine in my 30s. And after I got a divorce, because I had to survive. I had 6 kids to take care of, plus 2 of their friends. The day I walked out of rehab, was dealing with a divorce and all types of scandal, honey. And yeah, it was me against everybody else, and I conquered. Like, I literally have dead people beneath my feet because they fucking tried to play with me, yo, and the universe took them out. I ain't even gotta do nothing, yo. I don't know why people think taking out people is hard. That's not your job. Your job is to rebuild yourself, yo. You know what I'm saying? Progress is the best revenge. I don't even sit there. My goal is to get up out this beast system. I done stopped going to the doctors. The only thing I'm gonna not stop doing is paying my taxes. Unless we all agree to start, not paying our taxes together, then I'm gonna hop on the journey. But other than that, I don't need these doctors to tell me nothing that's wrong with me. I know what the fuck wrong with me. Last time I went to the doctors, I had a list. I told him what was wrong. Told him to write a script. Bars! Oh my god! Oh my god! I can tell Scorpio season is coming. Just bars all day. And I don't want to go to their grocery stores. That's why I'm in here growing stuff. It's damn near winter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have that farm. I'm gonna have that land, and then I'm gonna grow and learn how to heal myself and others through using herbs and roots and energy, the sun, working out. Cause I can't take antidepressants. Don't want them. Don't trust it. Don't want to be a part of that system. I don't trust y'all. Y'all don't like my melanin. Y'all trying to kill everybody that's brown. I don't want to go to nothing that has to do with y'all system. Not y'all school system. I pulled my kids out the school system. I taught them myself. I taught them everything. They got better credit scores than me. I made them go to financial literacy classes because you're not about to get caught slipping out here, yo. Absolutely not. They know how to groom themselves. We do our own hair, nails, all that. I got my about to start making clothes. This other one in here whittling pipes and shit, making tables and whatnot. The other one in there braiding and stuff, doing nails and stuff. I'm about to start doing my own hair. I don't know how to do no damn hair, but I did sit in here and invested time to learn how to do it, and then I can do this for me. And then, if stuff get tight, I got a new skill. I get a couple of hours on the side. Like our ancestors did. They did everything on their own. Do you know how to set up camp? Do you know how to choose a campsite? Do you know how to pick land and look for where there are places that will collect water, floodlands? Do you know, like, what trees are good for lumber? Like, do you know how to make a fire? Type shit. That's what I'm teaching my kids. Like, what are you talking about? People be worried about the wrong stuff. So, yeah, I had to share my story because stories are important. That's how we teach our youth. And that's why music is so important and so sacred to me. It is about healing. I heal myself when I talk about what happened to me, and I heal others. It's a lesson. You feel me? I can be the lesson because I went through so much shit and I survived. The stuff that I went through, other people took themselves out or got taken out by the system. It's like zap, 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 out of here. And I'm like, damn, don't want to move like that. And I'm just dodging bullets, and the whole time writing it down, writing it down. I'm a fucking scribe. Because there are no new souls. You are a reincarnated version of somebody you done seen in a history book. You're like, oh, that looks like me. Hey, ha, that looks like me in that history book. It is you. It is you. You're your own ancestor. Hi, Indigo. Girl, I don't know. I think I'm Gucci with this because once I get my land, I'm gonna be doing that mostly. You know what I'm saying? This is just one part of my life. I don't want to get too deep in it because, like, we have such a limited time here. I read somewhere, I don't know, I think I was studying Saint Benedict or some shit a couple weeks ago because he was talking about living in moderation, prayer, and work. That's what I was in, and he was talking about how we only have a finite amount of time on Earth, about 4,000 weeks, the average lifespan. And this was like about from like 100 or 200 years ago. So I'm sure their lifespan was significantly shorter, probably about age 30. And it really had me thinking, like, yo, I really do only have a finite amount of time here. I'm not worried about death. I don't give a damn. That's just a transition. I don't care. My body's going to drop. My spirit, there are no new souls. It's just going to travel somewhere else. I ain't worried about that. But it's like, there are things I want to do here, yo. I want my kids to be proud. I want to be a monument in their souls. Like, yo, my mom had this goal to take us from -0 to 1,000. And we had everything against us. And she said, fuck that! And took us there. I want that. I'm going to have that. And that means that even though I have an avoidant personality disorder, I have to get up and I have to make it so. I have to make it so I do what I'm supposed to do so that my goals become reality. It's not going to be given to me. No one's coming to save me. No one's going to do shit but watch me fail. So I have to empower myself every day. I wake up and I thank God and I say, Holy Spirit, which I didn't know what that was, but it's just the whole spirit of everything, of God, of nature, of my ancestors, of me from the past and the future. Help me! You see these niggas? Help me out! You know what I'm saying? And then I just move forward and I just keep it moving. I don't sit in my sadness. I don't sit in my regret. I don't sit in my rage because I will go to jail. For real. It's not a game. I stay my ass in the house. People are like, I just stay my ass in the house. Hey, Swayze. God bless everybody in the chat. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate y'all. I spoke some things into existence yesterday. Yeah, we conscious manifestors, yo, because our ancestors, yo, and the elevated beings, humans are so remedial. You don't have to do all this weird stuff to manifest. They literally thought things and it happened. How do you think? That's how you connect with your animals. They're not talking, but you certainly can communicate. I know exactly what my turtle wants. He'd be looking at me like I'm stupid, but I know exactly what he wants. It's body language, it's energy, it's frequency. When you really start learning about quantum mechanics and like any type of science that teaches you about frequency and energy and how it works, then you understand that manifestation is not hokum. It's, oh, I'm a magnet. So it works like this. And so that's why I spend so much time studying, because these are practical ways to get what you want. You're really using science. Shout out to Tesla. I love you, man, and I'm sorry you died poor. You did not deserve that. JP Morgan, you're a piece of shit. Everything really is energy, and when you start to learn about how that works, then that's when the fun begins, because you can make anything happen. I want to scream from the rooftops, you have the power to create the life you want. You really do. And there's power in the tongue, and that's why in my older age, I learned to shut the hell up. I'm gonna shut the hell up, because I will send your ass to your grave with this mouth, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt no one. When people get hurt by me and mine on hand, it's because you started it. Trust and believe. I always try to settle it, walk away. I know what I am. I know what I am. I know what I was in my past life. I've had very vivid dreams about it. I've walked in it. I used to get trapped in my dreams. When I go to sleep, it's just another reality. I feel like I actually get. Now I only rest. I get no sleep, because as soon as I'm doing other shit somewhere else, and it's always my dream, pick up last time, left off, pick up again, and it's just progression. In the realm that I'm in when I go to sleep, my kids are still there. I have a lot of animals and I have a lot of land, and I'm always defending it. There's a lot of activity in the sky. We live over there has many moons, and there's always a lot of sky activity. It's almost like an intergalactic highway, and there's always a lot of lights and shit. And wherever we live in that realm, sometimes shit comes through the realm, and you have to defend your land or whatever. So that's what I do on the other side. So I wake up tired. I wake up with bruises on me and shit. It's crazy. The things I've seen are crazy, and that's another reason I started a YouTube channel, because I've seen a lot of supernatural stuff. I can do a lot of supernatural shit. My whole family is like that, so I'm not sure. People share disgusting things. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a prude, but it's like the things people say in music, the things they show on Netflix, like these random sex scenes. Oh my God, they stress me out. It's disgusting. Don't nobody want to see y'all coochie. It's too many people I don't know, like famous stars. I know exactly what they coochie look like. That is a shame. I should not know that. I should not be seeing high parts. I don't like that. This is not the world that I like. So I try to tap out of that. Things are sacred to me. My music is sacred to me. My space is sacred to me. I need everything to be clean and just so. I'm creating the world that I want, because whatever the fuck they got going on out there, that shit ain't good enough for me. It's just not. I understand this is God expressing itself however they want to, but things have to be balanced. We need a balance. You know what I'm saying? Humans are so remedial. So I'm in here learning how to manifest and do what the ancients did. Give me back my tribal ways. Real shit. Looking at the fire and listening to what the birds have to say. I feed the birds every morning. I have a nice, beautiful routine. I love working for myself and having them slow, beautiful mornings. That's what this Jupiter retrograde is teaching us, to slow down, to get more done, and it has worked. And this is why I always study what's going on in the transits and keep a hold of my birth chart. It's taken me years to learn about my birth chart, and thank God I read it. It's taught me how to deal with myself. That's what told me that when I sit too still, that I get more anxious and that I need to have more activity in my life. I learned that by reading my birth chart. Don't know what's good for me. I had to learn. I have to study even myself. So how do I have time for outside relationships or partying or going on vacation, which I'm sorry. Unless you own your own land and house, why are you going on vacation? Which you taking a vacation from reality. Let's go pretend that we're rich. Like what? No, that don't sound fun to me. The things that I used to love just make me sick now. Like dairy cheese and taking vacations and like going to school or like believing things that people say. Nah, not gonna do that. I see so clearly now. There's such a clear split. If it looks like a demon, it probably is. And demons need love too. We not hating on the demons, let them play their role, but you don't have to, play with them, shall I say. That's why I ignore the fuck out of trolls. I don't care. I see clearly. You here to play a role, play it. Don't nobody care. We looking at you like you're remedial anyway. I know how to deal with the slow. You just step back and let them be slow. Don't nobody care. I'm so grateful to be here, y'all. I was dead on the floor. I OD'd multiple times. I tried to take myself out in childhood multiple times because I did not understand. Why am I hearing the wind speak? Why am I hearing trees speak? Why am I seeing things that no one else is reacting to? What the fuck was that? What that? No one else sees it. What the fuck was that? People just walking up to me, older women talking, that prophesying, saying shit to me. What is that? My whole life. And thank God I finally grew up and found a spiritual community where other people share their stories on platforms like YouTube, where you understand, oh no, girl, you just got a spiritual gift and you ain't the only one. A lot of us are like that. Some of us are just tapped in, some of us aren't. You know? I just can't live the cheeseburger, fast food, getting drunk, hanging out, going to work, coming back, getting pregnant, having another baby, getting on EBT, this, that, this, that. You don't own nothing. Who are you flexing on? Everyone's poor. What are you talking about? But no, they're not, because there's a lot of rich people. Look up how many millionaires there are. There's like a billion millionaires. Like what? Like it's not hard. But it's like I'm past that. I just take let me go to the inner earth. I don't even care no more. I don't even want to be here no more. Don't talk to me about elections. Don't talk to me about wars. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I'm trying to learn stuff and grow things. You know, I'm the only person in my family that can't do a pull up. You know, I'm trying to worry about stuff like that. Because these kids, you got to keep a hold of them. I don't let my kids just run around in the street. My kids have a program. I'm training humans. I'm not just randomly having kids. We had them for a very specific reason. I want them to run my company. Each one of them have things that they're very interested in, and they naturally came to it. I didn't have to force them. All I did was have to stand in what I wanted to do. I said, hey, this is my goal. This is where I'm going. And I kept on going. Some of them hopped on, some of them didn't. And now as a family, we're moving forward. We all have meetings every day. We talk about our dreams and our, like the dreams, like the actual dreams we have, not our goals. Like our actual dreams. We prophesy for each other. We pull tarot for each other. Like we are each other. We're such a strong family unit now, but we went through hell to do it. When I first got my kids back, it was hell. It was hell. I hadn't had them for 8 years. I was the junkie mom. There was no father in the household. Their father had gotten him another mansion with a side piece while he was pretending that we were going to get back together while we were both in rehab. Got out, tried to pretend like he was going to take custody of my kids. You a motherfucking lie. I got all my kids back. And he's like, well, they're going to come stay with me. That kids would rather stay with me in a 2-bedroom apartment, all 6, 7, 8, 9 of us, because they brought 2 homeless friends. So it was 9 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment, a 2-level 2-bedroom apartment. He had a 6-bedroom mansion with him and his little girlfriend. They wouldn't go stay with him. They stayed with their mom. And it was hell. It was hard. But they talk about it like it was fucking great. I was losing sleep about how I'm going to feed all these people. I was working full-time at FedEx, had just got out of rehab. So I was still trying to work the program at home. I thought this was a great time to start Masters of Fate music. And, you know, I don't know how the hell I made it happen. Well, it was God, obviously. All praise to the Most High. But, and then I was going through a very public divorce, you know, very fresh in my sobriety. It was crazy. Then the kids with their behavior issues, because who is going to listen to a junkie mom? Then I'm having to learn how to manage money and feed them properly and still like stand in my spirituality and teach them and like gain their respect and still keep an eye on them, because then they still have their own growing up issues. And then I'm just like used to having a partner. My husband and I were married for 20 years, but quiet as it's kept, I was a single mother long before he died, child. But it was just, and then I have my own issues that I was dealing with. I was still not in therapy at that time, but that's when I started. I made everybody go to therapy. We had a case manager for a while. I had to call in reinforcements. I had to build a community myself because I didn't have it. Nobody was there for me. It was crazy. It was crazy. How, like, if doing drugs was the issue, and that's why my kids were taken, when I go to rehab and I'm trying to get my life together, why then in the middle of rehab would you be like, you better come get your fucking kids or we're going to fucking put them in foster care? Like, what are you talking about? It's like when you try to get your life together, no one wants to support you. That's crazy. So, hard work paid off because they're beautiful and well-mannered. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now, don't get me wrong. We've had our times, but I've had to learn and actually learn by studying and through therapy. I've done behavior therapy, trauma therapy, drug recovery therapy, talk therapy, tapping therapy, all to deal with my triggers, because us raising our voices at each other is a very big trigger. Me feeling disrespected or demeaned was very hard because a lot of their father was in them, and we had a very toxic relationship. We loved each other, but it was bad. So when he would come through them, it was bad. And I had to learn to be a mother and not be a hurt, traumatized thing. In that moment, they need a mom. Fuck your trauma. They need a mom. You need to be calm, regardless of how they're acting. Take a deep breath, calm that nervous system down, and use your communication skills to teach them how to speak properly when triggered and to get their point across without yelling and screaming at each other. Because you're brown, you'll get your ass shot out here yelling and screaming, acting a fool. You represent everybody that look like you when you step on the street. And you're carrying my last name, so you better act right. You want to be right there with your daddy. Quiet for a second. I don't play that shit in my house. I don't play it. And all my kids bigger than me, been bigger than me. And you know how they get when they're 15, 16. I have been through it, especially with the other ones. I've been through it with a lot. And maybe that's why I had to stand in my masculine energy so long, because people feel like they can play with you when you are brown and you are small and you are female and you're nice and too nice. I seem nice. Like, Scorpios have that thing about them. Like, they may present one way like this, but then I'll smile and I am very kind, but just don't play with me, especially not when it comes to my family. Like, they're all I have. They're all I've ever wanted. I am adopted. The people that adopted me tried to give me back. Everyone that I've ever loved has betrayed me. I've had attempts on my life. Attempts on my life. Do you know what that's like? Have you ever had someone try to kill you? Have you ever tried? Have you ever had to clean the blood off of your husband and out of his clothes because you knew that he just took somebody's life, and that was like a regular Thursday for you? I've been through it. It's like a movie. I had to press record because no one would believe it. I barely believe it. I had to start recording it because I'm like, this shit cannot be happening. So, moving forward in the new season of Fury World, we're doing a lot of new recipes. I've committed to trying new things. And as a vegan, people have a misconception about the vegan diet. I'm working on an ebook about food. It's about how to use food to heal yourself and be a conscious eater, because we can heal our bodies. We have to heal our bodies and our mind. You got to heal your body to heal your mind. It's connected, right? And that's why the breath work is so important. It connects our body to our mind. And now that's why I don't need a doctor. I know what's wrong with me. My body tells me what's wrong with me. Just like my plants tell me what they need and my animals tell me what they need without speaking. We gotta understand that, like, I read some, like, 96% of communication, something, I don't know, fuck statistics. A lot of communication is not verbal, okay? And a lot of the elevated beings, they don't speak with their mouth. They feel like reptilians and shit, they feel like humans are beneath them because they have to talk to communicate. They use telepathy. We have that ability. We just don't develop it. It has to be exercised. Spiritual practices. And that's what I do. I because that's my power. I don't have an army, you know. I have my little head chopper on the wall, but if 15 people want to come in here and take what I have, how do I defend myself? So I have to use spiritual practices to protect us on a whole nother level. Everything is frequency. Even the government knows that. They know how to use sound as a weapon. We have those same abilities, you know? I'm going to kill this gnat. I'm going to kill it dead. I'm going to kill it dead. So moving forward, and my daughter done fell in love with an African. So we got to learn how to make African food. So we're going to start learning how to do that, because I make the same things over and over again. I'm on a tight budget, all right? I live below my means and I save as much as I can because the things that I want to do are going to require money. And I just can't do the broke thing. I need security. My nerves can't do it. I don't play around with money. Ownership and independence is very important to me. And I'm not going to be beholden to anyone. My nerves, like, I literally used to lose sleep over what I was going to feed my kids the next day. Like, I break everything down to meals, to how many servings I know my kids eat, what their favorite foods are, where I can get them, at what time of the week, and at what lowest price, and how to serve them. I break everything down. I run my home and my life like it's a corporation, because it is. It's a business. I'm in the business of making my family successful. So I'm the CEO of everything that goes around here. I've got everything organized, okay? This is my shooting schedule and all the new recipes for the next week. And this is stuff that has to be studied. I can't just go in there and shoot. So I have to study these recipes, okay? And then I have to go in there and I have to try them. Then I have to go back and see, I make notations and I develop them. I'm developing the recipes. Then I have to shoot. Then I have to edit. Then I have to do SEO. Then I have to promote, okay? And so this is all the studying I'm doing for one of the ebooks, because I'm working on two of them, right? And all the while, I'm keeping notes. Oh, these are the notes that I have to have a meeting with my son tomorrow about the stuff that he needs for his health, because I'm also managing them. And then he's also my videographer department. And then he's working on my music video. He's been studying Da Vinci for 3 months. Then I've got two more in the lab working on their albums. And then my other son is the director and producing two of his siblings' albums. This is Masters of Fate music, okay? 24 hours a day. So from the time I'm waking up and I've got a cat and a turtle staring at me, it's go time. It's clean. It's get in the shower and get myself centered and ask the spirit, hey, help me today. Help me make good decisions with this money. Help me say the right thing. Help me be quiet when I'm supposed to be quiet. And that, like I was saying earlier, I'm learning how to use silence as power. I learn a lot more when I don't speak. I don't want to overcommit myself. Thank you, Jupiter, for teaching us to not overcommit myself. I get overwhelmed, I get overstimulated, and then I get an attitude, and now it's a problem, right? And then we have to use all this time to calm our nerves and calm ourselves and get all centered. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. I gotta work. And showing up for myself, showing me that I love me by doing what I'm supposed to do when I'm supposed to do it. So that's what we're doing. Patience, temperance, moderation, calm, and showing up for ourselves. Like, that's the theme. That's what it is for the wintertime. And hunkering down and really getting these projects done. I used to be the type of person that could not finish my projects, yo. I would have such great ideas and I just couldn't get it done. And I couldn't understand why. Because I could show up for everybody else, but what about me? But I just have to invest the time, yo. And that's what I realized. Time is the real currency. Time and health, because that's what everybody's chasing. I'm rich. I'm rich. I have good health. I have love. I have intelligence. I'm rich. So now I have to develop that and spend it so that other people can benefit from it, yo. I want to be a conscious healer. I want to be able to have you step to me and hit me up like, yo, Fury, this is what's wrong. And I ask you 15 questions, and then I write you out a script of what to eat, how to sleep, and how to move to help you. You feel me? Like, ever since I was a child, fixing things and helping people and making shit right has always been what was driven for me. So I want to clear any karma that I've built by serving my purpose, yo. Because you either in service of others or yourself, but you can definitely do both, yo. I just want I just want God to know I'm sorry for fucking up my life, and I just want to do better. I just want everybody that I hurt to know that I'm sorry, and I just want to do better. And I want to evolve to something next time where I'm helping other people evolve. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a light being. I want to be something that maybe got wings or fangs, even though that I feel like I've already been that. But I just want to be something other than just like a human, because I just feel so stuck and so confined in this body. You know, my spirit is so much bigger than this body, and so that's why I express it through art. You know, self-expression is very healing and it's very important. You have to speak, yo, and that's why we're so full of dis-ease in this country, in this world, because we don't speak. We don't speak the truth. We don't speak how we feel. There's no space to be your real self, yo, and it's very, very sad. And you have that here in Fury World. It's you have a space to be yourself here and to express whatever you want to express. You have support. You are not alone. You have spirit. You have your ancestors, you have nature. Nature's always there. The mountains, them birds, them trees, that air, they're always there. You're not alone. Step outside, take them shoes off, take a deep breath, look in that sun, and just say thank you and see if you don't feel better, yo. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, we got to go back to the ancient ways of healing. I love you. If you're interested in checking out my music, it's available under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss. I appreciate you hanging out here with me. So, new season of Fury World is coming up. I have a lot of new things, and I'm looking forward to sharing my journey with you, because we see a lot of sadness and a lot of negativity in this world. But how often do you see somebody go from nothing to something and be able to maintain it? Because I watch a lot of people on YouTube, yo, a lot of it, and I see a lot of them making the same mistakes. You will not see a Target haul from me. You will not see me on vacation. But what you will see me is learning how to get this. Well, my plan right now is to start a nonprofit within 2 years and purchase my land through that so I can get around paying the land tax and then build a farm from there. And all along the way, I'm making music and writing books and sharing with you what I've learned about food and healing and developing our spiritual gifts and seeing if we can't learn how to heal our families from trauma, because we all have it. We've all been through shit, and stop having maybe these behavioral patterns that turn into generational curses, which are just nobody got their act together and your kids act like how you act. And if you act a fool, then you breeding fools. And then we got a whole world full of fools. And then where is that going to get us? I love you. Swayze, Indigo, Misaw, Simone, Ra, D. I love you. Thank you for spending time here in Fairy World. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.